So dear friends, let us try to know the philosophical idea of Buddhism. You know, this religion has developed many philosophical ideas, and because of its philosophical idea, it has attracted the whole world. Today people are embracing this religion because of the philosophical idea, and it has become very famous. So let us try to know about the philosophical idea of this religion. You know, this school speaks on epistemology, Four Noble Truths, the theory of momentary, and the concept of bondage and liberation, and ethics. So let us try to know one by one and we'll analyze on it. So epistemology. According to this school has accepted only two valid sources of knowledge, two pramanas. So whatever knowledge they get through these pramanas, that is real knowledge for them. So these pramanas are perception and inference. Perception is related to the five senses of human being. So whatever the person perceives through his five senses, that is real knowledge for him. So whatever the person gets knowledge through his five senses, that becomes real knowledge for him. For example, if I see the stone through my eyes, so stone is real for him. So this is perception knowledge. And inference is something, it is the person comes to know one new reality. The person he infers and he comes to know the new reality. Let us will understand it by one example. If the person looks at the smoke, he comes to know the new reality, that is fire. So the person he looks at the smoke and he comes to know the new reality, that is smoke. So the person he comes to know the unknown reality by looking at the known reality. As I said, smoke is known reality and fire is unknown reality. By looking at a smoke, the person comes to know the new reality, that is fire. So this type of knowledge is known as inference knowledge. Just person infers and he comes to know new knowledge, new reality. Now we'll speak on Four Noble Truths according to this religion. You know, when Buddha got enlightenment under the peepal tree, you know, he came with the idea, that is Four Noble Truths. Now what are these Four Noble Truths? Let us know it. So first noble truth is, there is suffering in this world. There is dukkha in this world. And second noble truth is, there is cause of pains and suffering. There is cause of dukkha. Then third noble truth is, there is end of pains and suffering. Then fourth one is, there is ways to end the pains and suffering of a person. So these are the Four Noble Truths. Then for the last one that I said, there are ways to end the pains and suffering. Here again he developed the Eightfold Path, which can help the person to end the pains and suffering. And these Eightfold Paths are these. First one is right view, right speech, right intention, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right meditative concentration. So these Eightfold Paths will help the person to end the pains and suffering of a person. So this is about the Four Noble Truths, and also we'll analyze one by one. Just I said, there is pains and suffering. This is the first noble truth, and here Buddha speaks about the three types of pains and suffering: physical pains and suffering, mental pains and suffering, and the present condition pains and suffering. Let us will understand it by example. Physical pain suffering. physical pain, suffering is this: we get sick, we get cold and cough. So this is the physical pains and suffering. And mental pains and suffering is this, that we have worriness, we have anxiety, we have problems. So this is mental pains and suffering. Then third one, just I said, that is pains and suffering of the present state of human being. For example, we are not happy with our own present condition. For example, if I look ugly, that is the pains and suffering. Means I am not happy with my own structure of body. I am not happy with this body. I look ugly, and therefore I look to be handsome. I should be beautiful, right? So if I am ugly, that means I am not happy with my own present condition, with my own with the present state of myself. I am not happy with that. So this type of pains and suffering that come under first noble truth, that is, there is pains and suffering. And second one, that I said that there is cause of pains and suffering. So we'll try to know what are the causes that causes pains and suffering. Let us will understand it. If I long, the person long to have sensual pleasure. If the person does not get sensual pleasure, if the sensual pleasure is not satisfied or it is not fulfilled, then that causes pains and suffering. Then the person longs to be something else. We'll try to understand it by example. The person wants to be like Prime Minister, like President, like CM. But when he does not get or does not become Prime Minister or CM, if he does not become like them, so that causes pains and suffering. Then third one, the person does not want to experience which he does not want, but he experiences. So this type of pains and suffering that come under their second noble truth. And then third one, that is there are ways to end the pains and suffering. And fourth one, just I said, there are ways to end pains and suffering, and there are eightfold path, and that has to be followed by a person to end his own pains and suffering. So this is about the fourth noble truth. Now let us try to know the theory of momentary. What is theory of momentary? Theory of momentary could be understood in this way, that we see the things in this world and these things get changed every day, right? So things are changing that we see, and these things are related to some other things. They are caused by something else, and therefore their existence is related to some other existence, right? So here we can understand it in this way, that since the things are getting changed and these things is coming to be and this thing is cease to be, that means the things are contingent, which come to be and which cease to be. So nothing is permanent, everything is getting changed. Things are coming and it is going to be finished. So everything is changed, nothing is permanent. So this is the theory of momentary according to Buddhism. There is no permanent things, there is nothing which will last forever and ever, that will exist eternity. There is nothing like this. Everything is getting changed. Things are coming to be and things are ceasing to be, right? So this is the theory of momentary. Now let us try to understand the concept of bondage and liberation. Now here we have to understand, according to Buddhism, they have said there are 5 skandhas, and these 5 skandhas are material qualities, perception, sensation, mental disposition of mental and conscious. So these five skandhas came together and human being is made, human being is composed, right? And where these five skandhas disintegrate, human being is dead. So according to this, Buddhism says that when the person is died, these five skandhas remain as energy. It remains as energy, and it is transmigrated into body, and it arises as new life. So this is the concept of bondage according to Buddhism. And also Buddhism says that when these five skandhas are over, when this energy is over, then the person is released from the cycle of birth and death. And how it can be, they say, how the person can get liberation, how the person can get rid of the bondage of cycle and of the bondage of birth and death. They say the person has to follow the eightfold path. Eightfold path can help the person to get rid of the cycle of birth and death. So this is the idea of the bondage and liberation according to Buddhism. And this school does not have the idea of soul. Everything is soulless. There is no soul that is permanent. There is no soul. And therefore they have explained rebirth according to these five skandhas. They have five skandhas, and they have taken these five skandhas as energy, and this energy is transmigrated into body, and then new life is arisen, right? So this is the idea of bondage and liberation. Now let us try to understand about ethics. This religion has four virtues, that is ahimsa, maitri, dana and karuna. Let us understand it. What are these four virtues? Ahimsa means there should not be shed of blood. No shedding blood. All small living creatures should be respected with dignity. All they should be treated with dignity and respect. No harm could be reached to them. So this is ahimsa, non-violence. Then maitri, the person has to be kind in his life. He should be kind and he should behave with people in nice way. And dana is giving or donating something. The person has to donate for the people, those who have nothing. And karuna, person has to be filled with mercy and pity. He has to pity on the people. So this is the ethics according to this religion. So this religion has developed all these philosophical ideas, and today many people across the world have been attracted and they are accepting this religion.